Basically, this is the lowest voter turnout at this point in the election that I've ever seen. And I don't know if it's because of there's not any other big names in the race at this point in time, but I know that the numbers right now are very low.
It's the smallest number of people voting in a primary, so your vote is weighted by the number of people that are voting. And if you're one of those few that comes out and votes, then you're one of the people who decides the future of the city.
Well, we're hearing from voters tonight, including a campaign member for one of the candidates there. Erie County election officials tell us everything went off without a hitch on this primary day today, except for a ballot scanner at one polling location on Delaware Avenue was down for a short time and soon replaced. Meanwhile, we're talking live with Jack O'Donnell, a local political analyst. Jack, let's get right to it. We just heard from Zanetta Everhart. She is claiming victory in that Maston district primary race tonight. She will most likely go on and win the general election come November. What things can we see from her? We know she works for New York State Senator Tim Kennedy. What are we expecting out of her?
Well, I think we're expecting big things. Zanetta Everhart really is a force to be reckoned with, and I think a lot of people have seen that over the last year, whether that's people like Chuck Schumer in Washington who took her to the State of the State address, and clearly the people in Maston got that message. Not only did she win, it looks like she's winning really big here tonight, and I think that's a big deal for her, big deal for Senator Kennedy's organization, and a big deal for Buffalo.
Why do we think India Walton maybe didn't get the votes that she expected in her campaign?
Well, I don't know that we saw the same energy from the Democratic Socialists, the left wing of the Democratic Party. I think that was true both in her race in Maston, also with allied candidates in Ellicott, in North, who were also, and in Lovejoy, who were part of sort of the India Walton coalition from a couple of years ago. Again, we just haven't seen that energy. We didn't see the public response. And I don't know if they ran the same level of campaigns that she'd run in the primary 2 years ago.
Yeah. A couple common council seats. We'll see some newcomers here. How can this kind of change things for the city of Buffalo?
Well, I think that's a big deal. We had a couple retirements here, and that really focused energy around those two seats, Maston and Ellicott. It looks like Leah Halton Pope, who's another rising star in the Democratic Party, is going to win in Ellicott. So you have two really strong female Black voices here, where we haven't had a woman on the council in a number of years. So I think they're going to bring new energy. I think they're going to bring new ideas. I think they're going to bring a new level of, getting cooperation and getting people to work together. But I think the biggest part of this is energy and ideas to the Common Council.
Yeah, that was a big thing that Zanetta Everhart was saying, that she wanted a woman's voice out there. And let's talk about just voting in general. We know voting for primaries is generally a little bit lower, but this was big for Buffalonians to show up to this. Why is this such a big deal for Buffalonians? I mean, these Common Council members, how exactly do they impact a Buffalonian's day-to-day?
Well, the Common Council has a lot to do with the day-to-day running of the city, right? Everyone who was unhappy with the way the winter storm went and the fatalities that we saw, people, really the Common Council, this local level is is your garbage getting picked up on time? Is your street being plowed? Do you feel safe, right? They interact with the police, in a time where we do have crime has become an increasingly important issue to voters. So I do think a lot of those quality of life issues are really important. But I think it's important to note that even with these two new, I think are going to be loud and strong voices on the council, we also saw incumbents do really well here in North, in University, in Lovejoy. These incumbents who were challenged looked like most or all of them are cruising to re-election tonight, which says that a lot of folks, or at least the folks that are voting tonight, are happy with the direction the city's going.
Got it. That is all the time we have tonight, Jack. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it.